Hi guys, it's me Stephanie again, and today, if you can't tell by my bare face, I'm going to be sharing with you my everyday makeup look. So yeah, let's get started. I start by putting some sunscreen on my face. I try and do this every day even though I use a foundation that has an SPF in it, just because I'm really pale, obviously, and also the sun gives you wrinkles, which is sad. I wish it didn't do that. Alright, so that's my step one. I've been using this Coola branded one that I got from Nordstrom. It goes on a lot like a primer. It kind of is like pore filling. It has that like silicone-y feel to it, which I like. And then I'm going to go ahead and go in with the It Cosmetics CC Cream, which is what I've been using most days right now for my foundation. I'm gonna try and make this work. My mirror is like here, you're here. I want to make good eye contact, but I also need to see my face to do this. So I use a beauty blender. I usually start with my chin just because that's like my problem area right now. You can see like I have some breakouts going on. Don't mind my foundation lips. Yeah, I start with my chin and my forehead. So I kind of start at like the top and the bottom of my face and then work my way to meet up in the middle. I've been using this foundation for most of the summer, and it is actually really full coverage for a CC cream, but I kind of like it. It's not like the perfect match for me. Color wise, I do kind of have to like use a bit of concealer to make it look the right shade, but I really like it. I like the way it looks on my skin. It just looks kind of like glowy and dewy and healthy. So now I have my forehead and kind of like the sides of my face. I'm gonna go ahead and do the middle, and I'm gonna do my cheek and my other cheek. I'm not really going to do my eyelids because I'm going to come back in with concealer, but get my nose and really work everything into the skin. I don't really have any product on right now, but I'm still going to like continue to kind of press everything into the skin and just making sure that I have like not missed any spots and I have a pretty even coverage. So that's where I'm at so far. Now I'm going to go in with my concealer, and here I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm gonna highlight this area under my eye, kind of like this. I'm also going to do a stripe down my nose, a little bit on my lip, my chin, and my forehead. So right now I look crazy, but that's okay. I'm gonna start tapping everything in. Tap, 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 tap. The eyes are like, for me, the area that's most important, because it's how you can really tell like how your foundation is gonna look, or how your base is gonna look. So I pay a lot of attention to make sure by my eyes I'm getting the best coverage. Can you hear my dog barking? Alright, so that looks pretty good, but I still look a little tired, so I'm gonna take a little bit more, and I'm just gonna do that area right under my eye again. And instead of going in with the flat part of my sponge now, I'm going to go in with the pointed part, because the goal is not to like spread this everywhere now. I really want to like concentrate it into this area here to make me look a little more awake, just like that. So, and again, I'm just going to take my sponge. I kind of want to make sure there are no like weird marks, or and then I'm going to start powdering. So I'm going to take the same sponge And I'm gonna kind of just get some powder on it. And I'm only gonna set the areas of my face where my foundation would come off or my concealer would come off otherwise. So I'm gonna do my eyelids because those are gonna lose concealer throughout the day if I don't set them. I'm gonna do my chin because I always touch this part of my face when I talk, which is probably why I'm breaking out there. And then I'm gonna do my nose. Like that. And I'm also just gonna do like the center of my forehead. And the reason I'm selectively setting my face and not setting the whole thing with powder is because I want my cheeks to stay looking luminous. And my makeup doesn't really move from my like cheeks. Sorry about my hair, by the way. It's still wet. I just got out of the shower. But now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a brush and we're gonna start. Right now we're looking very one-dimensional. We're gonna start fixing that. Alright, so I'm just grabbing some brushes here. I'm gonna start with this little Kevin Aucoin compact. And I'm gonna take it on a brush that looks like this. And I'm just kind of gonna... Oh, I grabbed way too much of that, but that's okay. I'm gonna start contouring. And this is just kind of like the first layer of color and shape on my cheek. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. And I like to use this brush like, first I go in and kind of make a line with it, and then I kind of like tap, tap, tap. And it's almost like stippling. And I just kind of want to have like some natural looking definition. This isn't to warm my face, this is just, oh okay, I have cheekbones sort of thing. But I will kind of bring that up as well. I don't want it to be like harsh. But you can see there's still like a little luminosity on my cheek because I didn't set it. So that's all I'm going to do for contouring. I'm not like, it's only recently that I even used 2 different colors to contour and then to bronze. I might actually use 3 colors if I can find the one I'm thinking of. Sorry, I've got like my drawer open. Oh, there it is in front of me. So now I'm going to go in with Marc Jacobs. I think this is the Tantric bronzer. And this is what I'm going to use to put some color on my actual cheeks. And for this I'm using a really big brush. Just want to give myself that kind of natural sun-kissed glow. This is one of, in my opinion, the best bronzers for pale people. It's one that I can like pick up quite a bit of color on my brush, and it, you know, doesn't look crazy or scary on me. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to move some up onto my forehead, like so. Alright, I'm starting to look two-dimensional anyway. I'm going to take a little more. Just like that. And since it's summer, like usually I don't get so like up on my nose, but since it is summertime and I kind of want to look like sun-kissed, then I do kind of put bronzer everywhere. I'm going to take one more bronzer. This is extra. I don't normally use 3 bronzers, but that's okay. I'm going to just go in with this Hourglass Ambient Light bronzer. I'm going to take the littlest amount because this can look kind of orange on me. And I'm just going to use that to bring some of that nice luminosity into my cheeks. And I'm using this almost as like, kind of like a bronzer topper, or like a little subtle highlight, a blush topper, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so now, speaking of blush, so I'm going to go in with this old Tarte Holiday palette. It's got a bunch of shades. I think today I'm going to go for this mauvey middle shade here. And I'm just going to concentrate that right on the center of my cheek. Right on this little like apple of your cheek. I am not a makeup artist, by the way. Like, I've literally just watched a lot of YouTube videos and have kind of figured out what works for me, what doesn't work for me. Yeah. So take all of this with a grain of salt. I always thought if I started a YouTube channel, like, I would want to do makeup videos, and it's kind of weird that this is like now my 5th video, and I'm like, I'm just gonna post one of these because like some people at work were like, you should post how you do your makeup. Oh, I should tell you what I'm doing. This is the Bobbi Brown Shimmer something, and I am just gonna put it on that same sponge I've been using the whole time, and this is gonna give me like the prettiest, glowiest, dewiest look. So I just pick up a little and just kind of same thing, put it on my cheek, and I really press, make sure it gets into the skin. And this just looks so healthy and nice, and I like it. But yeah, I always thought I would do a makeup channel, and this is gonna be, I think, like a once a season thing, because really, like, I only change my makeup seasonally. Like, I have maybe like 4 different makeup looks that I do. Now I'm taking the Zoella Brunch Date palette. This is going to be really hard for me to show you what I'm doing. I'm picking up the lightest shade in here, which is Champagne Toast. I'm putting it on my finger, and I'm putting it on my eyelid. And I'm just going to put it on like the first half of my eyelid, and then I'm going to take the color right next to it, Pancakes Please, which is darker, and I'm going to put that on the outer half of my eyelid. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my other finger, I'm going to do the same exact thing. One side. Oh, I picked up a little bit too much. But you can see, like, I'm not even using a brush for this. In a second I will grab a brush just to kind of like blend it a bit better than my finger can do. But this is just like sloppy, easy makeup. Alright, so now I'm going to grab a brush and just kind of use that to like make it a little bit smoother around the edges. I don't know, I can't spend like an hour blending eyeshadow. I know that's like the trick to like all these gorgeous eye looks, but I don't have time for that. Like, I just need something that I can throw on and go. I'm gonna take the lighter color again just to really make sure it's showing up on my inner eyelid, just like that. I'm gonna grab my mascara now. So yeah, that's it. It's hard to see because it's so bright here, but it's just like the tiniest definition. And then I'm going to put my mascara on. Sorry if you can't see me doing this right now. And this, by the way, is my favorite mascara in the whole world. It's the Maybelline Lash Sensational. It's $5.99 at Target, and it is the best mascara I've ever used. Like, hello, I have eyelashes. And I just kind of want to make sure I'm like coating all of them, and then I'll do the bottoms. And the bottom ones I'm a lot less like precise about. Okay. This is the part where I usually sneeze. Just kidding. I mean, no, I normally do, but I didn't today. So, alright. And then really my last 2 steps here, we're almost done, are eyebrows, because it looks like I have none, and to fix these foundation lips. So I am using the Makeup Forever Aqua Brow. This is like the best brow product I've ever tried as somebody with brownish blonde hair. All I do is I put like a little bit on the edge of my compact, which is kind of gross, but I just don't want to put it on my hand because it'll be there all day. And I take my brush and I just, I don't know if I could talk and do this at the same time. I can apparently. Oh, I definitely can't. All right, I'll be back. All I'm doing is I'm just going over the natural shape of my brow. And then what I'll do, sorry, I'm trying to make this so you can see, is I'll kind of like make the arch a little bit more dramatic than what it is. I'm showing you this one because this is like my good eyebrow. This is the one that behaves. Now I'm going to go ahead and fill in the other one. Same way, it just never turns out the same. Oh, maybe you can see this one better though. And I'm doing the exact same thing. Just going over this natural brow shape, but then kind of like over exaggerating it at the arch. And then what I'll do too is kind of fill in the front bit. Those are looking pretty decent, except this one is darker. So I'm gonna put a little more product in this one. I'm gonna use my big mirror here. I think it's good to kind of have like a big mirror and a little mirror because you can see like close up how it looks and how it looks like. It gives you options. I feel like I heard that in a YouTube video somewhere, but I don't know who said it, but they were right. All right, so that's like my face all done. Now I need lips. I'm gonna go in with this Zoella little one from her ColourPop collection. I really like ColourPop lippies. Let's do lips. I obviously can't talk during this part. So I do my bottom lip usually first. It's the easy one, and then here at the top, I just follow my natural lip line. And then just kind of rub them together, and voila, that's my face. That's what it looks like. Ooh, you could see a little bit of that luminosity finally. Yeah, so that's my everyday makeup look. I don't know what the quality of this video is like. I'm not a makeup artist. I told you that from the get-go. We'll see.